It's Tynee Talks right here. We gon' talk about it right here. We gon' talk about everything you like. I'ma make it real, real clear. It's Tynee Talks right here. We gon' talk about it right here. I'ma talk about everything you like. I'ma make it real, real clear. Cause it's Tynee Talks. And I'ma talk about it. Yeah, cause it's Tynee Talks. And I'ma talk about it. About it. About it. About it. And hey, you already know it's already lit and geeked up when you hear the Tynee Talks theme music. And welcome to the Tynee Talks podcast, the podcast that educates and entertains, the podcast where you come to laugh and learn, where Tynee talks. And of course, you listen. I always say I got a very special guest on the show, but for real, without a shadow of a doubt, I have a special guest with me today. I have Carl Furillostar Franklin Jr. And let me tell y'all a little bit about Furillo. And today's show is actually entitled Getting to Know Pop Star Furillostar, because he is a shining star. He's on the climb. He's on the come up. He's going to be a household name. If you don't know, you about to get to know. So Furillostar is a recording artist, versatile hitmaker. Furillostar proves he is a force to be reckoned with, hailing from Flint, Michigan. You already know how I feel about Flint, Fly City all day, to the death of me. So you know he fam. Furillo sheds a new light on his city as he seamlessly blends R&B and pop to form head-bumping radio-style hits. Furillo's most recent EP, Flame, sent his name on a skyrocket through the industry. Flame debuted at number 47 on iTunes R&B album charts, landing Furillo a slot among some of the most notable names in the industry. The success of Flame led to Furillo being featured in some of the most esteemed publications in the industry, such as Billboard and Paper Magazine. With a wide range of influences, Furillostar leaves his listeners begging for more. All eyes are on Furillo as his rise to mainstream success becomes inevitable. So without further ado, honey, welcome Carl Furillostar Franklin Jr.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What is
What's up? That was an introduction, man. I need you do my introduction everywhere I go now.
Okay. What I know how to do is bring them out, honey.
Bring them out, man.
But it's all you. You are the star, honey, and we are just the moon. Okay, we're over the moon to have you. So much. You are so welcome. You look like a star too. You know how they say people have the it factor or the star power? Yeah. You got it.
Oh, I appreciate that so much. So much. Gosh.
Furillo, the first time I ever saw you perform, and you probably don't even remember, it was like around 2013. There was a show at the GFAC, and I believe Tia was hosting something.
Oh my God.
And you were performing and I was in awe. And I ran up to the stage and hugged you like we were lifelong friends because I was so impressed with.
I do remember that's when Tia used to do the Dope Show.
That's correct. And you were on the Dope Show.
That was amazing.
Shout out to the Dope Show. Shout out to Tia Scott, who was also a guest on Tynee Talks. If you want to check out Tia Scott, she's a writer. She's a freelance writer, and she was on the episode about some lady issues. So go check that out. So let's oh yeah, I gotta tell my audience, if you're watching this on YouTube, but those are on Apple and Spotify, I'm wearing a head wrap. There's a funny story behind this hair wrap, honey, because my edges is not right. My hair is not right.
Oh no.
So I had to, but this man thought that I like worship crystals because I had this on. So now, now it's a running joke. So shout out to the head wrap.
You got it wrapped too. It's wrapped too.
Baby, is it wrapped? It's wrapped. So Furillo, let's get into it. Tell me a little bit about your origin story and what got you into the music business.
Oh man. So I've always wanted to be an entertainer. When I was little, I didn't really know what that would kind of look like. But I know it's something I always wanted to do. I always used to just like perform and sing and dance and act and do like these little skits in front of my siblings and my mom. I was very annoying as a child. I got on like everybody's nerves. But I guess it was all for a purpose. It's all for a bigger reason. You know what I mean? And when I was about 9, my mom was like, that's when she started to be like, yo, like there's something with this kid, you know? And so she got me an audition because my mom was a dancer back in the day too.
Shout out to mama.
Shout out to mama. Yeah, she kind of knew her way around, you know, and how to maneuver and like, you know, the business. And so she got me an agent. And so from there, I started doing like really small commercials, dancing in commercials and stuff like that when I was 9. And then when I was 13, my mom heard me singing one time when she was like, oh my God, you have a pretty voice too. Like, oh my gosh. And so like, my mom was just trying to kind of see what she can do and kind of how to make that happen. And my goddad was in Atlanta at the time. And he was interning for a record label. And he heard the record label, like he heard, right, being nosy.
Yeah.
He heard the record label was trying to put together a boy group. So he like took it upon himself. He flew back to Flint, grabbed me, a couple other guys, and like we did a demo and we sent it off to the label. This was all still like the label had no idea he was doing this. And the label heard it and gave us a deal. They signed us like right on the spot. It was like, oh my God, these boys are amazing. So that was when I was 13. And
wait, what was the name of the group? The name of the group
was XL. We spelled it like so it was, the pronunciation was Excel, like, you know, going up, but we spelled it like extra large.
I got you. I see the vision. I see it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was our name. And unfortunately, like, you know, the label thing didn't kind of work out. We got dropped. And after that though, like being a part of that experience, you know, being in like professional recording studios and, you know, being in Atlanta and working with all these different producers and songwriters and stuff like that, like that's when I was like, oh, okay, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
This is it right here. So even after you know, we got dropped and the label kind of fizzle popped or whatever, I stayed at it. Even at 13, I was like, this is what I don't want this to go away. So I just kind of kept trying to figure it out and how to do it, you know, along with still going to school and all that other crap.
Yeah.
You know, I stayed persistent on trying to figure out how can I make this happen. So that's really what happened.
And baby, you making it happen.
Thank you so much.
I am enamored by your origin story. Like, I love it because, you know, that's where dreams are born in the childhood. And so, I work with children, and I'm always telling them, don't think you have to be one thing. You can be multiple things, right?
Multiple things, many different things.
You can be so many different things, and you can do them all in this lifetime. And those dreams start when you're a kid. And I love that your mom invested in your dreams. Yes. She saw that you were going for it, and she was like, okay, I'm going to support my baby. So if you're a parent out there listening, support your kids, because you never know.
Kids, man, support your kids, and like they'll tell you without telling you. You know, you just have to watch. You just have to pay attention. You know, and like shout out to Mama Star. That's what we call her. Everybody calls her Mama Star. And she's still around. She still calls me every day and texts me all the time. Like, are you in the studio? Are you working? Like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. We love a supportive queen, Mama Star. When you listen to this, girl, we love you, and we thank you for seeing the lights, the star power shimmering all over Furillo, because I saw it in 2013 and we now in 2021, and he's making sure. And you're a testament, Furillo. You're a testament to keep going, right? Because sometimes people stop. Sometimes someone would have stopped after that first deal was dropped. And that's usually like the story of most pop stars, right? You hear that.
Oh my gosh. There has been several stops. There's been several stops. I was in another boy group that had a situation with like a huge label, and it didn't work out. And then I was in another group, and we were supposed to be a part of a very popular TV show that didn't work. You know, the TV show ended up getting canceled, didn't work out. And so it was just like, there's been many of
little hiccup, little hiccups, bumps in the road, but it's all good. And it's interesting that you say that, Farillo, because I know how the industry works. That people don't see the other side, and sometimes it can come off as though you're lying. And I
I
say
know,
that.
right?
And I say that because so I used to be an aspiring singer, and
Okay.
I don't pursue it anymore, but it was a passion of mine. And
Uh-huh.
so I've been to the Making the Band auditions. I met Lori Ann Gibson, and
Mhm.
I did like season 10 of American Idol, right? So I made it through 4 rounds on American Idol. They filmed me, like they filmed my family, they sent me cameras home, right? But then
Oh
when it
my
was
gosh.
time to air, nothing of my part aired, right?
Nothing. Nothing.
but it's
Nothing. Yes.
but
Yes.
you're telling your family, you're telling your friends, I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna be doing that, and they'll
Exactly.
cut you.
Exactly. They'll
So
cut like, oh my gosh. So around like 2016, I filmed a whole commercial, a huge commercial, and I've never seen it. Got paid for it.
at least you got
Got paid
paid.
for it, but
That's
I've
most
never seen
important.
it.
And sometimes it can be heartbreaking, right? Because
Oh my gosh. Yes.
it's heartbreaking. Can you tell me a little bit about that? The feelings when you're set to go to that mountaintop and like you gotta go 10
Yeah.
steps back. What's that
Yeah.
feeling
Oh
like?
my gosh. It's a very like it's something that you really do have to process, and you really do have to be strong to handle that type of rejection, I guess you can say. Um it is very much heartbreaking though. I remember a situation like I used to never tell my origin story, as you would say. Like I never really told it because I connected my origin story to failure.
Mm.
So like I would never speak about it. There's things that people don't know at all, and like recently, talking to my best friends and like people encouraged me. Everybody was like, no, you should tell people because these things did happen. So yeah, so it's definitely like a mind fuck sometimes because it's
Yeah.
like it makes you think you're not good enough. It makes you think that I do something. Why is nothing happening? I was telling a friend the other day, I was like, girl, I don't know if I can take another no.
You
Like
can, you can, you
like,
can.
oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, it just it does play with your mind a little bit, but you gotta, you have to believe in something greater. I am spiritual. I do believe there is a God. I pray and I try to keep my spirituality really close to me.
Mhm.
Because you have to believe in something else to help you keep moving on. You have to
Absolutely.
believe, and not only something else, but you have to believe in yourself as well,
Yeah.
and believe that like your time will happen. It may not happen when exactly you think it will or
Mm.
how you think it's going to, but like you have to believe like you were meant for something greater. So yeah.
What they say in the church may not come when you want
When
it,
you
but it's
want
gonna
them, but you
be on
be there
time.
right on time. You know what I mean?
Listen, and
Yeah.
when that superstardom that you're chasing happens, all those no's are gonna be so worth it.
It's gonna be, yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be
Exactly.
so worth it. And I have to tell you, Farillo, it's not because you lack talent in any way, right? They always
Right.
say hard work outworks talent any day.
Any day.
You
Any
got
day.
the combo, right? You got the talent
Thank you.
and the hard work. So just keep going. It's gonna be like that. Oh, feel it. I'll give it
Thank
to
you. I felt it. I
you.
felt it. I got chills.
You got your lit. I did too. You can't see, but maybe because I'm always cold. I'm anemic, but I felt it. So
Oh my gosh, girl, I just found out I was anemic too. Like I just found out. I didn't even know.
listen, get your iron pills. Get your iron pills for
I
this.
have some.
This is what I'm telling you, where this is the podcast where you get educated and entertained. Get
Here
you
we
some damn
go.
iron pills. Okay, moving forward. Who influences you musically?
Oh my gosh. I'm influenced by so many. I'm a consumer. I love music. I love listening to music. I love other artists. Like, oh my gosh, so many people. Like you're talking about Usher, Chris Brown, Omarion, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, James Brown, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake,
Yes.
Christina Aguilera. Like I can literally
Yes.
go on and on and on. Yeah,
You want to
I'm
know?
inspired by everybody.
the people that you name, I can see bits of them in you because you named all people that are entertainers, singers, and dancers. And you
yeah.
follow my man on TikTok. First of all, at the end of the show in the show notes, we're gonna have all his handles in the show notes down below. So make sure you click on those so you can hear his music. See,
Yes,
listen, he be dancing and like the celebrities be reposting his dancing with Brit. Shout out to Brilliant Renee, the Purple Princess. Love her.
Love it. That's my babe. That's my sister. I love her so much.
Shameless plug. So I love that. I can see that. So who do you name who inspires you? Who do you hope to inspire or influence?
You know what? I know that I speak for a few different communities. You know, I speak for the LGBTQ community. I speak for the young Black male community, and I speak for like small town, maybe other people that feel like they can't make it because they live in a small town, or they can't make it because they're not in LA or New York, in a big city, to where they feel like their dreams are more attainable. Those are the people that I want to inspire, and those are the people that I want to speak to. You know, I want them to see me and be able to say, yo, if he can do it, if he can come from Flint and do it, and being Black, gay, successful, like anybody can seriously make that happen. Anybody. I want everybody to feel like that.
I love it. But I gotta make a little correction for you, Furillo.
Okay, what's up?
Flint is not a small town. I wanna throw that down.
That's true too. That's true too.
It's a population of 100,000 residents. It may have reduced a little bit, but I also want to say Flint produces greatness. So you are in good company. We got Ready for the World. We got Marva King, which is my cousin. Shout out to Marva King, who has been background singer for Stevie Wonder, Prince, and
awesome
in the industry, as well as her son, Darius Phonics Beats, who is a producer for Drake and all these people. You got John Connor, my brother. You got Mateen Cleaves. You have Deanna Nolan. You come from a long trail history. You're part of the chain of greatness out of Flint. So don't reduce Flint. Don't reduce yourself. You're another star, and you're gonna be you're a bright star. You're one of the brightest. Okay, so don't sleep on Flint. We out here in these streets. We're not just a water crisis. We're not.
No, we're not.
We're not just.
No, violence. We're not. Yeah.
We're everything.
Oh my gosh, I was talking about that too. I recently had an audition for something, and you know, they kind of asked me about Flint, and I named like all these really dope things, right? I was like, oh my God, the community is great. So the music scene is like thriving. It's doing, I feel like the best that it's done in a really long time.
Yes.
We're connecting, we're helping each other. And she was like, oh my God, that's awesome to hear, you know, but you named all these good things. You named so many good things. Like when I searched Flint, like she was just like, what about this, and this? And I was just like, you know, those happen, true, facts. But I was like, I always said, like, if I ever got the opportunity to be like I guess a light for my city, like that's what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to speak on the beautiful things that come from here, because like you said, like there is some amazing things that are a product from Flint. And you named so many great people, you know, you named so many people that, you know, are from Flint and that are doing it, you know? So I always wanted to kind of, you know, share that or whatever. So I thought that was kind of funny too, that she was kind of like,
yeah, and always be that spokesperson. I left out a few people. Dallas Martin, who's a vice president of a major record label. Brandon Porter. I mean, I could just go on and on. There's a long list. So you're in great company. You're going to do it. So whenever you can, be that positive spokesperson, because like you said, we go on these internet streets and they got a lot to say. When I was coming up, it wasn't the water crisis. You know, people will be like, "What about Roger and me? Are people eating rabbits? Are they poor?" And I'm like, "Whoa, no,
wait, really?"
Yes. So, this child, we'll talk offline. It's a lot, okay? But
okay, yeah, I had no idea about that. Okay.
Yeah, check out Roger and Me. It was a documentary done. And so it kind of shed a light on General Motors leaving Flint and kind of taking revenue, and how that brought in a lot of poverty and like flight, like people relocating from Flint. And so that was like the main thing when I was coming up, like, so, it's Flint like that. And now it's like a water crisis. So it's always something. So you just got to be
always something. You gotta tear us down all the time. Dang.
Yeah. So I follow you on social media.
Thank you.
And
I'll follow you back.
And thank you, because it's a numbers game out here.
Here, I know, right?
So, and you mentioned some things, and I really want to get your heart on this. Why do you feel that the city doesn't show you love? You mentioned
that. Okay. There's a. Why do I feel that?
Because I feel like you get love, but you have a different experience. So.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. So. There are people that show me love and that I appreciate so much, so I don't want to make those people feel like that I don't see them, that I don't pay attention to them. I just think that sometimes I think that, look, okay, so I'm trying to be like political, but like the real is like creeping up, you know what I mean?
You don't gotta say names, but you can say the real.
Right, exactly. I think that sometimes my sexuality plays a huge part in it. And I also think that being a singer plays a huge part in it as well. Okay. Because I feel like the city is so hip hop rap heavy.
For sure.
And like that's what we like. That's what we've always liked, so it's kind of like, dang, like you mentioned Ready for the World earlier, you know what I mean? They did incredible things, but I can't, I'm a little young. I don't know anybody before Ready for the World, but I can't think any about I can't think about any other R&B pop acts besides them. There's a lot of hip hop and rap that kind of thrived and that are still thriving. So I think that has a lot to do with it as well. So I try my best not to take it personal, but it's so hard because I know how hard I work, and I just be like, dang, it's like, sometimes I do feel like no matter what I do, like nobody's just gonna care, at least in the city. I get a lot of love social media wise and stuff like that. And like you said, other artists posting me dancing to their songs and stuff and following me and all this other stuff like that. And like, that feels good, but like, it's different when your peers, people that you see every single day, don't really reciprocate the same thing, the same feelings and stuff like that. So that's why.
Aw, Carl Furillo Franklin Jr.
The government, the whole day.
Listen, Flint is heavily rap. I'm a hip hop head. I was on a hip hop label when I was trying to pursue singing, so I understand what you mean.
Label.
So I completely get it. Shout out to Flint rappers. Dayton Family paved the way. MC Bree, John Connor, the Coochie Man, all these rappers out here. And come on, Coochie Man. There's so many I can name, and by no means am I trying to leave anybody out. I get what you mean. Our R&B is there. It's like underneath the layers. Hip hop is at the top because hip hop is born and bred out of struggle, and there's so much struggle. There's so much struggle in the city that we know that's why that rises to the top. So you might gotta be a little strategic and be like, let me sing on a hook, because I done been on a hood hook before. You ain't lived until you've been on a hood hook. So that's what you got to do. You got to collaborate. You know what I mean? We forget about them thinking maybe because you're gay or, I hope I'm being PC, but whatever the case may be, queer or whatever the case may be, throw that out the window, hop on one of these hooks, let them hop on one of your tracks. You got to do the collab. Come on now, baby. You know this.
Oh, well, because and that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of rappers that do show support. Jeff Sky is my bro. We have a record together with Brila Renee. Shimmy is amazing. We are on the same record. This Life We Lead. I have a few records with This Life We Lead. So there's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, that's why I was like, I don't want to make anybody feel like, I I don't see them and I don't recognize and I don't appreciate, all the love that they do show me and stuff like that. I was just speaking in a more of a general sense.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. But you already know that when you blow up to the tippy, they're gonna be coming. But don't throw shade. You just gotta
exactly. No, I'll never there's so many artists in the city that I genuinely love. Ace Cabana is amazing. I just see him perform last Saturday. There's a new female rapper named JB Smoke. She's super dope. Like she's putting on. I think once the city catch on to her, they're gonna be like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's so many others, man. Kurt Green is really dope. I think he's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Of course, Brila. Like I can name so many people that I genuinely like.
I love that. And thank you for those shout outs. They're gonna appreciate it because Tynee Talks is heard around the world, honey. So they're gonna be good. So what's your wildest stage performance?
Oh my gosh, my wildest stage performance. I'm gonna have to say I recently did a show, Concrete Jungle. Shout out to Sprout World Entertainment. They asked me to come out and perform at Concrete Jungle about 2 weeks ago. I was wild. That was my first performance since COVID-19 and all that stuff. So we're talking about almost a 2-year span.
Yeah.
And man, everybody, I kind of got a little excited. Like I jumped on the speaker. I was dancing on the speaker. Like I got too excited. But
did you take your shirt off? Did you?
Let me tell you, I tried to take my shirt off, right? But I had like a vest on, but it wouldn't come off. So I was like, forget it.
You need a Justin Timberlake to come and like snatch it off.
Snatch it off. I know, right? And I thought about it too. I was like, if I pull a little hard, this is literally all while I'm performing. So I'm like performing and I'm like trying to get it off and it won't come off. And I'm thinking like, if I pull a little bit harder, it'll come off. But I was like, I don't want to rip it. This is a nice vest.
Your conscience kicked in. You like, okay, I don't got a wardrobe. I need to wear this another time.
I need to wear this vest one more time, at least one more time. It was custom. Actually, a designer from Flint actually made the whole outfit. Her name is Shay Oliver. She's amazing.
That's my boo.
You know Shay?
We went to high school together. That's my boo.
Like I always have these crazy ideas. So a lot of times I'm like, okay, so fun fact about me. A lot of times I'm like kind of not scared, but a little shy. Well, okay, I guess you could say a little scared too, to like work with other people because I have these strange, maybe weird ideas. And I'm always like, I don't know if you were gonna like have to say, or like my ideal or whatever like that. I guess that's like childhood trauma or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I came to her and I was like, this is my idea. I want handprints on my ass. I want a handprint like on the front, like in the crotch area. And she was like, I love it. And I was like, my people.
You found your tribe.
People. Yes, my people, And she was like, "Ooh, we should put a middle finger on the vest with a blinged out fingernail." And I was like,
right. You're like, girl, where you been my whole life? Like, yes.
Where have you been? Where have you been? And so we made it happen. She did it in like 2 days too. It was crazy.
Shout out to Shay. That's my girl.
Shout out to Shay.
So what life lessons has the music industry taught you?
Oh man. Oh my gosh, definitely going back to believing in myself. Mm-hmm. And not even just the music industry, but the entertainment industry, period. So like while still trying to do music and things like that, I grew up in a dance group, Final Destination. Shout out to my best friends. We are still friends. They're all of my best friends still. Trying to make it with them, that's honestly where a lot of the life lessons came from. We did a lot by ourselves. We were so young, traveling by ourselves and basically taking care of ourselves on the road. We did the BT college tour, and like that was some of us first time being away from home, Mm-hmm. So it just taught us a lot about being an adult, growing up, handling business and how the business has to be handled before you do anything. The business has to be handled before you do anything. Accepting no's, because we went on a lot of auditions, and a lot of auditions we got told no's. Mm-hmm. But then even being a part of the yeses and learning how to be humble, because you may get 10 yeses, but there's there is maybe someone that not be feeling you. You know what I mean? And you just have to kind of take that L and not blow up or be upset or anything like that. You really have to, it really humbles yourself really, really quick, you know? It also taught me like, oh my gosh, like being on 106 in Park and honestly, how that really was like the beginning of the change. You know, that was the beginning of like, oh, this is what it could be, you know. But also you have to be kind. You have to treat people the right way. Oh my God, I've learned so much, so much, you know, because a lot of things is about how you treat people and not really what they can do for you. You know, like, it's so much. I'm trying to think of everything. But it really
what I'm hearing is the importance of building relationships. That's what I'm hearing.
Building relationships. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm hearing that and being you, I was on a panel a few weeks ago for FAMU, and you spoke about kindness. And that is what I told those students. Being kind will take you so far.
So far.
Even if
that will get you the job before your talent would, honestly. Because they see something in you, and you know, they see your heart and they see your spirit and they see, you know, your passion. Somebody's gonna work with you off the strength of that alone.
You so Flint, because you said off the strength. And that's what we be saying. Off the strength alone. That's so true. And I know it can look as though the mean people are winning and they're up there. It can appear that way, but really that kindness, someone's gonna remember, oh yeah, I worked with Furillo. I remember he was cool, or you know, you don't want to be like he was a diva or a B word or whatever you want to call it.
Exactly.
Thank you. So I love what you've learned, because some people don't learn it. Some people stay on this journey.
So, quick story. So I got the write up in Paper Magazine, but this is how it happened. I was in Detroit and I seen someone. Their name is Michael XO Michael. They're also an artist, but at the time they weren't in the artistry. They were just an editor, you know, a writer, you know, a journalist. Sorry, that's what I was saying. And so simple. So we were walking and we walked past, and I was like, oh my God, you are so beautiful. And they were like, thank you. And then we, you know, that was it. It was just a quick passing. We met up at another location, and you know, they were like, I seen you already. And I was like, yeah, I seen you earlier today or whatever. And you know, they were just like, we just started having a conversation. And they were like, what do you do? And I was just like, oh, you know, I'm an artist, I'm a singer, dance entertainer, and stuff like that. And they were just like, oh, okay, I'm hearing your music. And I played a song, right? This is it, right? This is it.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, okay, this is hot. A couple of days later, they followed me on Instagram. And then that's when I seen, like, oh, you know, because they had Paper Magazine editor and like their bio and stuff like that. And I was like, Paper Magazine, what? I was like, okay, I didn't think anything else of it, you know. I'm so awkward in person talking to people or whatever. And so I was just like, okay, you know, okay, this is cool. I followed back and stuff, and I liked pictures. They liked some pictures or whatever. I put out texting me the original version that Thursday. So this was like, because it was the weekend. They followed me on Monday. So yeah, that Thursday. Friday, I woke up and it was on Paper Magazine.
See? You see?
Just like that. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, and they weren't even from Detroit. They were just there visiting. Like, right. Like a work trip or something, I believe. They're from New York. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be in the right place at the right time. And Furillo, you just brought up a key thing, and you know, shout out to my mom. This is a lesson she taught me as a kid. Be careful how you treat people, because you could be entertaining angels, right? She always used to say,
I love that.
And the theme here is you never know who you're talking to.
You literally never know. Never who you talking to.
So you got to be careful how you treat and talk to people. And I can relate to that story. So I used to be I'm still an aspiring actress, but I used to be acting, was in the forefront. And
come on, I'm doing my acting thing too. I didn't been on a few little auditions.
Seriously, you know, because when you're an artist, you just want to be in art.
in art.
In any type of way that you can, right? Like podcasting is a form of art. So I get it. And so anyway, I was able to go on tour acting on a stage play tour with Jack A. Harry, Don D.C. Curry, Red from the Five Heartbeats, Ronnie from Players Club. But I was able to do this
tour, Players right? Club.
Randomly.
That's my best friend's favorite movie.
How did I get on this national tour, right? Mm-hmm. I was in the hood on the north side of Flint, the deep hood, and I was at a party, and I'm in the back being myself. I speak to everybody. I'm a social butterfly. Speaking to everybody, laughing, cracking jokes, and this man was there. A man that he was laughing at everything I said. And he's like, he's staring at me like, wow, you have great energy. And I'm like, oh, okay, like there's nothing. And so he's like, I'm gonna put you in a play.
Wow.
And he's like, let me have your information and whatever. So low key, I gave him my information, but I really didn't believe who he said he was because we're in the deep hood, okay? I mean,
first, that's me all the time. I'll be like, okay, yeah, okay. I'm gonna go along with it, but okay, you know.
So that was in like August of that particular year. Months go by. I didn't forgot about it, right? December comes around in that same year. And I get a phone call and they're like, come to this location in Flint, a place that I've been all over Flint, never have been to this particular place. They were like, come here so you can do a table read. And when I get there, it was the man that I met at the barbecue. And the rest is history. I go on tour.
I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I love that so much because I feel like a lot of the you know, the goals that I've always wanted to reach and I've always had came from like just weird situations like that.
Yeah.
Every single one.
It'd be like that. It's crazy, but that's how it be. So I'm gonna get into your business a little bit.
Let's go.
Tell me about dating in the music industry. Do you date? Is it hard? Is it difficult? Is it clout chasers? What is it?
Okay, so I think dating period is difficult. No matter who you are. No matter who you're dating is difficult, period. You know, but I feel like a couple years ago, I feel like I didn't feel like that. But like recently, because like, you know, things have changed, you know, things have obviously changed and stuff like that. So I tweeted the other day and I was like, dang, I'm like, niggas just give off clout chase, like right off the bat. You don't even try to make me think you want to really like me. Damn, like it is really difficult. You know, we live in a land of like social media and the importance of it. And everybody kind of wants that. Everybody wants. Yes, everybody kind of wants it. And like, I personally feel like it's fine, but like, you just have to like, dang, can you really like me though? You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind getting money. We can get this money together. Like let's go ahead and start this relationship YouTube channel and get this coin. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and start this relationship TikTok and get this coin. You know what I mean? I'm with it.
Yeah.
But like, I really like, can it be real though? Like,
right.
You know? That's the blurred line of it. It's like, how do I know if it's real or not? You know, it is a little difficult. But you know, I'm dating out here. You know what I'm saying?
Cause you're cute, so I can see.
You know, thank you.
I can see where the boys and the girls is on you. I see it.
Yeah, the boys and the girls. I know, right?
The boys and the girls.
Yes.
So, what is your dream collaboration? Who do you like? I would love to collaborate. Who
Easy
is it?
and simple. Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott in any kind of way. Like, I mean, I would love a feature. But like, even if she just wanted to write or produce or be involved, even if she didn't even touch the music at all and she just wanted to be involved, like maybe help construct it, direct the video. Like, can you imagine?
Could you imagine like wild ass Furillostar and wild ass Missy Elliott and y'all?
The video, like, oh my gosh, exactly. Like, I'm getting chills again. Just
did too, because we put it in the atmosphere. It's going
She
to
already follows me everywhere. She already follows me on Twitter, Instagram, you know what I mean?
Tag her to everything. Tag her to everything.
You see me, man. You see me.
You know how the industry is. They want to see you keep going, and then they want to see you keep going. And then they're gonna pluck you out and be like, I've been watching you for 10 years. I just wanted to make sure you was ready, right? It'd be 10 years. And
so
then you'd be
like, I tagged her in something a couple of years ago, and she tweeted me back and was like, I see you, Furillo. I almost died. I was like, oh man. I made that my header everywhere. It was my header on Twitter. It was my header on Facebook. Like,
listen, when you get that validation, you get that cosign, like nobody can tell you nothing from the person that you want it from. So it's like, I don't care if rapper B over here or R&B singer over here didn't recognize me. Missy, the one I wanted to see, recognize me. Like,
recognize me, yeah. And it's funny. So after that tweet happened, 3 years ago, I went to audition for her because she had an open call for backup dancers. It was the best long experience of my life. And so I walked in and we were dancing and stuff like that, and they were like chopping people up and stuff. And so once it got a little smaller, she looked at me and she was like, you look so familiar. And I was like, I do. And I knew exactly. I didn't want to say, yeah, girl, you follow me on Twitter, girl. You know what I mean?
I would have said it.
I was trying so hard not to, but I promise I almost did. And I was just like, me? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't know what to
say. Was your chance. I would have been like, remember you retweeted me?
I was just like, okay.
You always got to do them shameless plugs just a little bit. Like,
I should have. I'm like, dang, I should have. First of all, I was tired because it was a long day. We were dancing all day, and I was just like, I was exhausted. But no, it was amazing. It was amazing to see her and even have her say that to me, because it's like, okay, so you really do know my face. You really do know my face. You see my tweets every now and then when you be scrolling.
Yeah. And you're memorable. And I feel like the platinum hair is definitely making you stand out. You're definitely standing out.
Thank you so much. Cisco was definitely the inspiration.
Shout out to Cisco.
Shout out to Cisco. I watched the Thong Song video, random as hell one day. And I was like, I want to do that.
I feel like Cisco should be like still in the forefront to this day. He was ahead of his time, innovator.
He was definitely ahead of the curve. Definitely. Oh, you know what? Actually, I watched it was like a little YouTube episode of like basically like how this song came about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I watched and I saw, and I was like, it wasn't a Thong Song video, but I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that. Yeah, he told the whole story about how the song came about. Fun fact, it's not even about me, but I just think it's a fun fact. I think people should know. Song, the production was Michael Jackson's first.
Shut the heck up.
It was Michael Jackson.
Cisco did that.
The producers made it for Michael Jackson, and Cisco wanted it, and so I guess Michael Jackson was like, he heard Cisco wanted it and was like, yeah,
Shout out to Michael Jackson being an inspiration to all of us.
Shout out to the father. Shout out to the father.
Shout out to Michael Jackson, because you always hear. I didn't know that fact, so thanks for sharing. But when I listen to different interviews, a lot of times people have a Michael Jackson story of him doing an act of kindness.
Yes. I said the same thing when I saw that. I was like, man, every time somebody talks about Michael Jackson, they just say nothing but beautiful things.
Yeah, like I remember he cleared a song for Nas.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the song, but he cleared it so that he could eat and live off that. And it's like you always hear these stories. You hear stories of Michael Jackson standing up for Black folks. I love it.
Yes. I don't know how true this is, but I was on Twitter and somebody was like, somebody said something. I guess he did something for is it Brownstone?
Mm-hmm. Okay, the R&B group.
The R&B group, yeah. I guess he had a play in like how they came about as well.
Yeah. He even cleared the song for SWV, Human Nature.
Human Nature.
And a beat like Michael Jackson, we love you.
We love you, man. Miss you.
And so I'm bringing the interview to a close, but before we close out, besides yourself, who is your favorite Flint artist?
So many. It's so many. But I'm gonna specifically shout out to every rapper from Flint, Michigan. Like seriously. But I'm gonna shed a little light on the R&B scene.
Come on, give it to us.
I love Breather Renee, obviously.
Me too. I call her the Purple Princess. Shout out
the
to
Purple
Queen.
Princess. I'm gonna tell her that because that's
tell her that.
like
Tell her I coined it. You heard it here
first. Heard it here first. Yep. Rashad Reed is amazing. Breather Renee, Rashad Reed. There's a new guy. I just found out about him. I didn't know about him, but I seen him perform, and I was like, okay, I think I'm a fan. But his name is Co. I hope I'm saying it right, and I hope it's not Co and Co. It's spelled COXCO. Like, so I hope I'm saying it right. But he's really dope. J. Jacoby is an R&B singer, and there's another R&B singer. I got Co and Co, Rashad Reed, and Journey. Journey, he's dope too.
And Journey. Oh, that's dope. So, Furillo, in true Tynee Talks fashion, we end our show with a shout out. So, who you giving a shout out to today?
I'm gonna shout out to every single friend. That's what I call my family, my supporters, my love.
What do you call them?
Friends. FRENDZ. Yeah, my friend Furillo friends. Shout out to every single one. Shout out to, oh my gosh, YJ on the Beat produces everything. Shout out to Ido Polek, all the way out in Germany, that produced Messed Up and my next single that's coming really, really soon. Shout out Breather Renee, Aisha Carroll, my babe. They always help me with songwriting. We're a team. I love it. And shout out to just everybody that supports, period. Everybody.
Shout out to them. I thank you so much for joining the Tynee Talks podcast today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are an exceptional
day.
You what?
I can talk to you all day.
I can talk to you all day because I feel like we've been friends for a lifetime. Like this interview.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. You in Houston, right? Mate, I can fly out.
I'm in Dallas.
Dallas, okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm in Dallas, so whenever you're in town. And I'm always trying to peep out the scene of when I can like bring Flint people or businesses on the scene. So the opportunity comes where I can get you a bag.
There we go. Because if you can't get your people a bag, what can you do?
I'll try. I gotten like a few, of some friends and stuff, some opportunities. So like I said, when I can, I try my best. So before we close out, I actually want to play one of your songs. So let's see.
Let's go.
Oh, wait, it won't let me do it. I should have had it queued up. It's all right, but we'll have links. We'll have links at the bottom of the screen. So make sure you follow my guy, Furillostar.
Follow me.
Thank you.